Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Charity Lawrence, and on this channel I inspire, educate and motivate you with my videos. Okay, without taking much of your time, let's get right into what I have for you today. For today, I'm going to be doing a book review on The Richest Man in Babylon. This is one book that is a must-have for everyone that wants to be financially free. Like, you want to be financially stable, this is one book you must have, and at least you should read it like once in every year. This book was written in 1920s. It was written in 1926 to be exact, by George S. Clason. But the principles told in this book still lives on till today. The book was told in a story format. It featured a man named Akkad that was a scribe. Akkad was he usually carved records on clay tablets, and then one day he met a very wealthy man. This man's name is Algamish. Algamish was a money lender, and he was so wealthy. He came to seek for the services of Akkad. He wanted Akkad to carve something for him on a clay tablet, and Akkad accepted. But Akkad wanted to know more about how this man got wealthy. He wanted the man to teach him. In Nigeria, we say, "Show me the way, cut soap for me." So he wanted the man to cut soap for him, kind of, to show him what he did to become so wealthy and what he needs to do. You understand? And after a while, Akkad was able to convince Agamish to take him up as his student, kind of like he became Akkad's mentor in the areas of finance. And then the book talked about how Akkad was mentored. He learned savings, he learned budgeting, he learned investing, and then he even made so many mistakes. At one particular point in time, he saved up 10% of his earnings for a year, and then he went on to give the money to a bricklayer to help him invest it, because the bricklayer wanted to start selling jewelries. And then this bricklayer, Akkad gave his money, the saved 10% for a year, to that bricklayer. The bricklayer went to go and buy the jewels from Phoenicians. The Phoenicians cheated the bricklayer. So when the bricklayer came back, the jewels they were not quality, so they couldn't sell it, they couldn't make it. That was how Akkad lost his 1 year savings. And then a series of other things. There was a time he saved so much, and then he went on to start lavishing the money, buying things, all this lifestyle upgrade. But Agamish came and told him, no, that's not the way to go, and all that, blah 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 blah. So at the end of it all, Akkad became a master of money. Like, he became a master when it comes to saving, when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to investing. He became wealthy to the extent that Algamish was so fond of him. Algamish now decided to partner with Akkad. Algamish had sons, but his sons were not they were not as meticulous as Algamish was with money. They were frivolous in their spending, and Algamish knew that they couldn't manage his wealth. If he handed over his wealth to them, he was going to lose everything. So he decided that Akkad was going to partner with him. Akkad was going to manage his wealth. Algamish was old as at of then. Akkad was going to manage his wealth, and then he was going to give a particular percentage to Akkad. When Agamish passed away, Akkad was able to get a portion of Agamish's wealth, and this now made Akkad to become the wealthiest man in Babylon as of then. He was so wealthy to the extent that the king had to call him to teach young people, commoners, how he got wealthy, so that them too, they can also get wealthy. And then Akkad the student, or Akkad the poor scribe, now became a teacher. So I'll briefly share the principles that Akkad used to become wealthy with you, but I will encourage you to get this book. The first rule is that a part of all you earn is yours to keep. Like, a part of all I earn is mine to keep. A part of all I earn is mine to keep. So if I earn 100,000 naira, a part of that 100,000 naira belongs to me. And you'll be like, what's this one talking about? He said, when you get 100,000 naira, you pay rent, you pay electrician to come and fix something in your house. You go to the market, you buy foodstuffs, you pay the traders, you pay every other person except yourself. So when you get money, the first thing you do is to pay yourself first. You're the one that earned the money. You deserve a pay. So pay yourself first. You know we have different religions. Like in the Christian religion, you remove 10% for tithe first. It's okay, you can do that. You can remove 10% for tithe. But after you finish removing 10% of tithe, remove a minimum of 10% for yourself. You're the one that worked for the money. You pay yourself before you start paying every other person. Before you start spending the money, ensure you pay yourself first. So if you inculcate this as a lifestyle, you see that before the year comes to an end, you would have saved a very, very good amount of money. So that was what Akkad did. Remember the first year, he started saving a particular amount of money, 10% of what he was earning. He was saving it. Despite the challenges he was going through, he was still saving it. And then at the end of the year, he now gathered it and invested it. So you might not necessarily wait for the end of the year to invest yours, depending on how much it is and how but you could save it. You could save it in a bank. You could buy cryptocurrency with it. You could buy stocks with it. You could buy dollar denominated assets with it. Anything, or you could just keep it in your bank account or anything you want to do with it. But just keep a minimum of 10% of all you earn for yourself. Then the second point is for you to control your expenditure. How do you control your expenditure? You control you control your expenses by budgeting. Before your money comes, that money that you're expecting, budget what you're supposed to use it for. The ones that are not important, you strike it off that list. The ones that are important, you put it there. Budget what that 80% that you're keeping for yourself, or 90%, as the case may be. Budget what you're going to use it for before you start spending. Don't be a victim of lifestyle inflation. What I mean by lifestyle inflation is this: maybe you were earning 100,000 naira, and then you were living on based on a particular lifestyle, and then you start earning 400,000 naira, and then you now upgrade. Oh, I can't enter public transport again. I'll need to take boat. I'm not saying taking boat is bad, but I'm saying don't just allow lifestyle inflation. If you know that wherever you're going to, taking a transport fare has taking the public bus has been okay with you, go ahead and continue taking the public bus until you're able to get yourself a car. You don't necessarily need to start ordering boats because you've upgraded and your life has changed. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy your money, but cut down on unnecessary expenses, because when money increases, you know the best way to get rich is to earn more money. Once you're earning more money, the probability that you spend more increases. So cut down on it so that whatever more money you're earning, you'll be able to save more from it. The third point is to invest in what you know. Invest in what you know. But the excerpt from the book says, make thy gold multiply. The book says, make thy gold multiply. But it means invest in what you know. Don't just go and invest anywhere. Invest in what you know. See, if you cannot explain an investment in a sentence or in two sentences to someone, you probably don't know anything about that investment. If you want to know that, if you want to be sure that you know something, call a 5-year-old child and explain. Let's say, for instance, you want to invest in cryptocurrency. Call a 5-year-old child, explain what cryptocurrency is to him. Explain it in such a way that that child will be able to understand. If you can explain it, then you know it. Go ahead and invest. I'm not saying you have to know it 100% before you invest. No, but I'm saying have an idea. It's not just having an idea. Have more than an idea. Like know the stuff. Know it before you throw your money into it. That is another thing. Education is prior. Like get information about it. Try to school yourself. If you really need to invest in cryptocurrency, try to school yourself in it. There's YouTube. YouTube today is our university. Online university is YouTube. There's Google. There are podcasts. You could listen to things people say about cryptocurrency while you're moving, while you're working, while you're doing anything. Just like when you're listening to music, while you're working out, anything you could learn on the go these days. There's You learn online. Everyone has a smartphone. On almost everybody has a smartphone, so learning is not a problem. You could learn online, but try to make sure you know what you're investing in before you invest. Don't just go because everybody's going there. Don't just follow the tide. Know why you're doing it, because the reasons why you're doing it will help push you. The fourth point is don't lose your money. Just be careful. Don't invest in what The third point was invest in what you know. The fourth point is don't lose your money. Be very careful with your capital. Remember, before you raise that capital, it took you a long while before you were able to raise it, because 10%, let's say you're being paid 100,000 naira, and 10% of 100,000 is 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira to these days cannot really get you a very good investment that you could put in as in viable investment. So you have to save that money for a number of months. So losing that money is not it's not something that will be funny. So you have to be very wise to invest, to not lose your money. Number one thing at the back of your mind should be secure your capital. Remember that high returns is determined by high risk. So when you're going for cryptocurrency that it's doubling your money in the twinkle of an eye, it's going to give you high risk. So be ready, know your risk appetite, be ready before you go in there. Or stocks, all these things are high risk returns. There are other little ones that they're probably going to give you 10% at the end of the a whole year. 10%. I know 10% is nothing. Inflation in Nigeria self will eat it up. But then it preserves your money. It preserves your money. So just invest in such a way that you don't lose your capital. That's my number 4. The fifth point is own your own home. Own your own home. If you have the means to buy a land, go ahead, buy. If you have the means to rent, please go ahead and rent. But whatever you're doing, do it within your capacity, do it within your means. Don't bite more than you can chew. Don't allow lifestyle inflation to get a hold of you. Don't say, oh, you know that you don't have the means of maintaining, even though you own your home. Remember that after buying the land and building the house and all that stuff, it also takes maintenance, and there are also bills you pay too. Lots of bills. If you're abroad, there are taxes you have to pay in order to live in that house and own it. So you have to be very careful. Whatever you're doing, do it within your means. Do what you can afford. Do what you can maintain. Especially those going to rent houses. Don't go and rent a house that you have to start begging the next year to pay the bill. No, do what you can afford. Rent, if you have to live in a room just so that you could be able to save more, please do. If you have to live in a self-contained just so you could save more, please do. But the important thing is own your own home. Okay, work towards owning your home. You could save up, buy a land, or you could save up, buy properties, and then maybe pay instrumentally, but just work towards it. Okay, then the sixth point is have a retirement plan. Have a retirement plan. Remember that you're not always going to be young. You're young right now. You're not always going to be 30. You're not always going to be 20. You're not always going to be this age you are. And you don't want to be a liability, whether you're old or you're young. So you have a retirement plan. Either you create investments that will in turn take care of you at your old age, or you could save up something like a pension, a retirement money for yourself, so that it's being paid to you when you're weak and when you're old and when you're no more actively working. Or you could just create businesses, I don't know. But whatever you do, have a retirement plan. It should be part of your goals. It should be part of the your drive. Okay, at your young age, you're not just working to earn money now, you're working for the future and generations to come. So that's number 6. So the seventh point is invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Look, people can take away all the material things you have. They could take away your house, they could take away your cars, they could take away everything from you. But when you invest in yourself, they can't take away that knowledge, that thing you know, they can't take it away from you. I think it was Donald Trump that lost some money at a particular point in time, and then he was playing golf. And then some reporters came and asked him that you just lost money yesterday in the stock market. How come you're playing golf today? He said he was the one that worked for the money. He was the one that lost the money. He knew how he made that money, so he can still make the money back again. He can still make the money back again because he knows how he made the money before. So something you know, and we all know that he jacked back. Donald Trump came back again to be a billionaire. So that he lost money, it didn't even affect him. I'm not saying he didn't feel bad about losing money, but he knew how he made the money. So he also knows how to make even more. So investing in yourself is the way to go. Investing in yourself is the way to go. So as you're investing in this, you're investing in that, remember to invest in yourself. What is it that you're so passionate about? Follow that dream. It's time to harness it. It's time to build it up. Don't allow anybody talk you down. Don't just keep If you don't have the means, you have data. Go online, keep learning about it, keep learning about it until you're able to fund it. Okay. The eighth point and the final point for this video is track your wealth. Track your wealth. See, whatever gets measured gets managed. Whatever you're able to measure, you'll be able to manage it very well. Like money that comes in, you're able to account for it, how it was spent. You'll see that you manage it well. But when you're not accountable, you misuse things anyhow. So learn to track your wealth at all times. Learn to track your wealth. Set short-term goals, set long-term goals, set medium-term goals. Goals keep you motivated. Oh, I want to be this. Oh, I want to have my masters. I want to go abroad for my masters. You work towards it. You don't just assume. You don't just wish. Set goals. Goals that are practicable. Put plans in motion that will help you to achieve that goal that you want to. If you want to travel abroad for your masters, or you want to start up a business, or you want to start up a YouTube channel, whatever you want to do, just make plans towards achieving that goal. Okay, so set short-term goals, set medium-term goals, set long-term goals, and work towards actualizing those goals. If you got any value from this video, ensure you give me a like by clicking the like button below, and subscribe to this channel if you're not yet subscribed to me. Leave a comment. I want to hear your views on The Richest Man in Babylon, especially if you've read the book. And if you're yet to get the book, ensure you get a copy of the book, Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Okay, so I'll see you guys in our next video sometime next weekend. Till then, bye.